Hi, my name is Cristiana and I'm a third-year PhD student. Throughout my PhD, I discussed three concepts: modeling, development and assessment of believable AI. Despite the obvious connections between these three elements and how much they need each other in order to exist, most research actually focuses on each one individually. Modeling, for example, is about computing models from humans' data. This is necessary if you want to understand how people perceive and react to your games. This also allows you to know how your players' styles diverge and how many types you would have in your own game. Despite that information, AI still tends to be focused on a single model of behavior. Now, AI exists both in the industry and in research. Unfortunately, most of the offers on techniques still remain within hard-coded, which will become predictable, maybe fun, but without any learning, or machine learning, which will be unpredictable with the ability to learn, but it's usually inefficient with several hours to days of training and a lack of generalization in many cases. But even if we create believable AI, how do we assess it? Well, we need to take into account believability definitions and criteria. This on its own is hard because they depend both on who's watching or who's playing your game. Now, to further complicate this, parameters can vary and have lots of different options. And at the moment, there is a lack of accepted framework. In fact, there has been previous assessments of agents. However, since all those assessments were different, it is very hard to compare them or to decide which one was the best way of doing it. Taking all this information into account, what my PhD focuses on is on these three elements and how we can deepen these connections between them. How do we create different models from data that is collected? How do we create AI from these different models instead of a single one? And finally, the development of a general framework which can assess the AI and draw conclusions on how believable or not this is. These connections will be necessary if we want to update each other and create a more human-like AI. If you are interested in these topics or discussing my work, please feel free to contact me on either of my emails, my LinkedIn or Twitter. I am open to collaborations throughout my PhD and employment after my PhD.